Hello everybody, it's Jill with Greenwood Girl Cards. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming on to do some card shares tonight for Adornit. And I thought really quickly I would go through the products that I use. So one of the products that I used is this new die from Impression Obsession. This is the Seasonal Cupcake Topper die. And it's die 1204Y. And in this die set, I used both the pumpkin and the leaf, and I will show you how I use those. I bought this die set specifically for this adorable cup, this little mug, which I plan on making some Christmas tags with this year. And my friend Anna, hi Anna. Anna made a really cute tag when she did her release video. If you haven't seen her release video for the latest Impression Obsession release, you'll want to go check it out on her channel at Anna White, and the spelling of her name is W-I-G-H-T, so Anna and then W-I-G-H-T, White. Okay, so I use that die set. From the crows on my card, I use the Whittle Birds die set. This is model number 2190, and this is a Poppy Stamps die from 2019, and they have an entire line of Whittle dies, and I love them. When they first came out, I started picking them up, and a little bit at a time, and this is one of my favorite ones, and I use this little bird on so many different projects, so I love that. I used Anna's Crazy Stitched set, die 797YY from Impression Obsession for one of my panels that I'll show you. I used this die set. This is a Lawn Fawn die set from 2016, and it's the Fancy Scalloped Rectangle Stackables. So Fancy Scalloped Rectangles, and I have one die in here that doesn't go with this set, so just ignore that. But I use this largest size right there. I think that was all. Oh, and I also use this size. So I use these two, okay? And then I use this die set. It's the XOXO border dies from My Creative Time, and I use the largest one. No. Yes, I use the largest one inside of my card, and then I use this third one in for a layer on one of my cards. So these are the XOXO border dies from My Creative Time. I love this die set because it has hugs and kisses all around the edges, and what a wonderful thing to add to your cards. Then from Pigment Craft Company, which is my friend Ivana's company, I used this beautiful impression plate, and I love this impression plate. It has little hearts, and you know how much I love hearts. And then all of this design that impresses into the panel, and I used a beautiful paper from Dianna Marcum's paper line at Adornit, and I actually took the pattern paper and then I cut it with this so that it would impress this pattern into the pattern paper, and I love how it turned out. So this is from Pigment Craft Company. It's called the Cozy Stitches die, okay? So that's the name of this panel. It's the Cozy Stitches panel. From Impression Obsession, I used their Homespun Floral Christmas paper pack, and specifically I used this stripe paper. Let me see if I can show you. I think I still have a piece of it in here, yeah. So I used this piece of paper, and it's a kind of a distressed stripe pattern, and it has blues and browns and kind of a creamy color to it, as well as a reddish color. So I love that. And then the back of it is this beautiful blue floral. And this paper pad, I just fell in love with it. It's the Homespun Floral Christmas paper pad. I'll do a quick flip for you just so you can see it. I'm sure that you've seen this on the Impression Obsession website, but I believe Anna may have also done a flip through. Look at how pretty some of these patterns are. And I love the navies that are in here and the earth tones. And it's really not a pad that necessarily has to be for Christmas. To me, it can be used all year long, just for anything because of the floral patterns. They definitely can be considered poinsettias, but they're really, it's just a paper pad that I think I would just use all year long. So, and I love this blue paper with the stripe. I wish I'd probably use that one a lot. So look at that one with the floral. I love this beige background. So just a really pretty paper pad, and I'm really happy I got this one. I might go back and get a second one just because I like it so much. So again, it's called Homespun Floral Christmas, and I ordered it when I ordered that die that I showed you from Anna. So the stamp sets that I used are from Adornit, and this, I didn't write the names down on these when I got them. So I can't tell you the names, but these are their fall line of stamps, and I will link them down below. I'll link you to the Adornit website. All of Dianna Marcum's products for Adornit are underneath the Stamp It section. So, you know, or you can just type in Dianna Marcum and it'll all come up. But these are her Scarecrow stamps, and I used this one right here that says pumpkin seeds. And I also used a stamp from, I used this little heart stamp, and then I also used this little kind of like barbed wire border. Okay, so those are the three that I used. This one here, this, and this. And then from this stamp set, which I'm just realizing I didn't put any paper behind. Let's see if I can, is that going to help? This might help you see it. I don't know. Here, I'll go like this. So I used this little scarecrow that says "No Crows Allowed," which I just love. And then I also used this little Harvest Time. I used the little Hayride Cider Pumpkins signs, as well as this Harvest Time. I cut them away from the stamp. So I stamped it out, and then I cut these out and I edged them, and I used them as my sentiments. So those are the stamp sets that I used. And then this is also one of the fall sets that are available. And there are many others. So these are just the ones that I'm showing you tonight that I've used on my projects. And then I also thought I would show you the paper that I used is from the fall paper pack that's available. This is the paper pack that comes if you order it with the Recipe Stamp Club kit. And and I've used a lot of my papers up, but I thought I would just do a quick flip through. This is the paper that I use the most on my project, and it has leaves on the back, and then this beautiful kind of honey colored background, but you know, with the orange random dots. Okay, so that's the one that I used on my cards, and I love this paper. This is all I think I have left. So this is all I have left. I've used it all, and I cannot wait to use some of these other ones. I love this green one with the pumpkins and the little houses, and I can't wait to do a project with this one. And then the back of this one has this plaid. There's this beautiful kind of burlappy purple color, and on the back of this one are the scarecrows and all these different borders with the, you know, which are all in the pattern papers. So, and I still have both pieces of that one, both pieces of the green. And then here's the pumpkin one, and it has these sweet little pumpkins on it. And then it has this gorgeous orange. And this I used to make my, some tags earlier. So, I have other videos, as an ambassador for Adornit that I've shared with you guys. Ooh, I do have another piece of this. Yay! So I have a whole other piece of this to play with. I thought I was out, so I'm so excited to have that, because now I can do some more projects, because I just love this gold paper for my card backgrounds. So that is all of the products that I used. Let me set this aside really quick, and I'll show you the cards, okay? So I'll start with this card here, and this is that sweet little scarecrow image, and I just colored it with Copic markers. And I love the little pumpkin seed packet sitting in the hat. And then I took that border stamp and I stamped it at the top and the bottom, and then I added the little barbed wire, is what I think it looks like, heart, across that, just to create a little border at the top and bottom of this panel. Here's the striped paper from that beautiful paper pad from Impression Obsession. And then this is the opposite side of this side of paper is blue, and I use that to just make like a little piece of ribbon sort of sticking out. And then I don't know if you can see it, but I curled a tiny piece of paper and fed a piece of the paper through a button, and I made this kind of little hay thing on the hat. And I just wanted to add a little decoration that kind of looked fallish, almost like hay, to kind of go with the hair and the hat. And so I had a blue button in my stash, and then I just used paper curled around a tiny paintbrush and to make it circular. And then it just stays that way. So there's a paper curl, and then I glued the button, which is also lined with paper. And did I bring that? I thought I brought the strip of paper down, but I didn't. But literally, I just cut a teeny tiny thin strip of paper to feed through the button. If you're ever out of twine, it's a really easy way to feed, to make your little sewn piece to your button, is to just use paper. So it's a little trick that you can use from a card making standpoint, because one thing we all have is lots of paper scraps. And then this is this same yellow paper. It's just a very thin strip of it curled around a paintbrush. So that's how I did that, if you're wondering. And then you can see that I just colored with Copic markers, and I did use some white gel pen as well as some orange just to create kind of 3 highlights within the Scarecrow. So that's what this looks like. Here's that beautiful pattern paper, and you can see how I impressed it. You can see the hearts in the background from that beautiful impression plate. And again, that impression plate is from my friend Ivana's company in Canada, and it's called Pigment Craft Company. If you haven't looked at all of her products, it's a wonderful company, and I love supporting small businesses. And then this again is the name of that. It's the Cozy Stitches background plate, and it's a steel die. So that is what is in the background of this card, making the beautiful stitching that you see on the card itself. So it's always fun to add texture to your backgrounds. And then inside, I use the beautiful XOXO border dies from My Creative Time. Hi, Emma. And I love that, having that little Hugs and Kisses panel on the inside of my card for when I send it out. And then I made a little flag with that beautiful paper again from Impression Obsession. And then on the back here, I have a little pumpkin cut out from that beautiful gold paper from Adornit and Dianna Marcum. And I will put a little message on here when I mail the card out. So that's my first card, and so fun to create Scarecrow cards with Halloween just, at the end of this week. So here's my second one, and this is this adorable Scarecrow image that says "No crows allowed." And I just think this is so cute. Oh my goodness. It's such a sweet little image. So I did color again with Copic markers, as well as some other markers that I had in my stash. I used that Whittle Birds die from Poppy Stamps, and I put 2 crows on the card, one at the top and one at the bottom. These beautiful scalloped layers are by Lawn Fawn, and I showed you the die set that that's from. This is that beautiful Adornit paper. This is the striped paper, the back side, the blue side for this scallop piece that's here. And then I took a leftover piece of the striped paper and made a little banner kind of behind it, okay? And then these little ribbon pieces here, these are made to look like ribbon, but these are really the 2 papers. So the back side of the paper and the front side, I made 2 little ribbon things to just kind of add detail to the card. And I did take a little bit of orange and highlight the circles or the O's, the different letters inside of the No Crows Allowed, as well as on the nose. And then I did it also up here on the cider pumpkins and hayrides. So that is that stamp that has these little signs in it, and I just cut them out and used them as a sentiment. So I just think this card is so adorable. I love this little Scarecrow. I love the little patches on its clothing. So, and then the inside of this one, I added the Harvest Time onto the little banner that I created, and then I also cut out a leaf from the paper that I had left over and glued that in. So that's what the inside of this card looks like. And then on the back, I die cut a leaf with that die from Anna White's line. So just 2 very simple and pretty Scarecrow cards for fall. And I can't wait to, to make more. I love all of the fall line of stamps from Adornit from Dianna Marcum's artistry. Dianna, thank you for sharing your art with us. It's such a joy to create with your products, and I'm so honored to be an ambassador for you and for Adornit. To represent your art is just a joy. I have loved it from for a very long time, and it's so fun to have your stamps available again for all of us to be able to purchase and then create beautiful cards to send to our loved ones, recipe books, and so many other ideas. If you don't follow Marilyn G's channel, which I'm sure you all do, but Marilyn is doing a recipe book, as are many of the other ambassadors. I kind of haven't started mine yet. Well, that's not true. I have started it, but I haven't actually put any of the stamps into the pages that I have started. So I need to get to work on it. I'm kind of limited with time lately, so I'm struggling a bit getting things done right now. But it's so fun to have had time tonight to play with these beautiful, beautiful stamps. So thank you, Dianna. Thank you, Miranda, everybody at Adornit that packs our orders, that helps with everything. We're so appreciative of all of the craft companies. I also just wanted to say a little something to Jen of Reverse Confetti. She's closing her doors, and it made me very sad to hear that. But I also know that life changes on us, and we all... our life goes through stages, and there's times when we have to move on to the next thing. So I pray that all is well for you and your family, Jen, and thank you for all of your years of sharing your beautiful Reverse Confetti products with all of us. I know I will still be using mine for many, many, many years to come. So many of your stamps and dies are just a joy to have in my collection. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Jen and her family as they transition and close the business. So that's it for me tonight, you guys. I'm going to do one other thing really quick. I did have some questions about the little angel tags that I shared for Saturday Morning Makes. I made these sweet little angels, and someone was asking how big they are. So they're about 3 inches tall, and then they're about 2.5 inches wide. Okay. So for the person that was asking, the die measurements are available. Anytime you have a question about a die, you can just Google the die, and usually you can find the measurements online somewhere. So the measurements, the way I found them was online, because the die was actually down here and I was upstairs and I just looked it up. But that is the size of these. They're a fairly small tag. I can show you the size in relation to a card if that helps. But these are just a sweet little gift tag, and I'm so glad that I got a whole set of them made using Betty's products, her beautiful papers from Irala shop, and this lovely die from Kaiser Craft. Don't forget about my code Jill15 for 15% off at Irala shop on Etsy through the 31st. So you've got a few more days until Halloween, and that is when that 15% off discount code will go away from Betty's shop. So I hope that you guys will take advantage of that while you can. Okay, and I do have some more projects to share with you from Betty's wonderful line of digitals, and I will be back to do a video before the 31st to share those with you, okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much for looking at my cute, cute scarecrows. Oh my goodness, I'm so in love with scarecrows right now. You have no idea. So I had so much fun making these, and don't these images just make your heart smile? They're so, so cute. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much for taking a look, you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye now.